Hey Tone Freaks, welcome to another episode of Tone Quest. Marco De Leon here at the Mix Machine Studio, and these are my 5 honest to goodness, no bullshit tips on how to become a better audio producer. Let's get on it. I've been lurking on the groups, on recording groups, locally and abroad, and there are too many home recording engineers who are starting that are very misinformed on how to start and how to become better audio producers. Okay, this is the process that they go through. They buy an interface, they download the software, they buy the bundle, a recording bundle, and that's cool, right? You download the software, you start, you record, and bam, lo and behold, you don't get the sound you want. And it's happened too many times in a day. It's happening too many times in a day that people are just skipping to mastering tips, mixing tips, how to mix vocals and all that. Missing the start, missing that part of the process. Okay, so this is my number 5 tip. Learn how to record. Okay, that's number 5. So learning how to record something on input is more important than learning how to mix something, okay, or learning how to mix audio. And I say this with utmost sincerity from the bottom of my heart. That is no bullshit. You have to learn how to record. And learning how to record is not just getting a microphone, sticking it in front of your face, and belting the next song. No, definitely not that. When you're learning to record, you have to learn how your room behaves, okay, how your mic behaves, the quality of your voice or the quality of the voice of the person you're recording, okay, the sound of your guitar if you're recording a guitar. So there's a lot of factors involved, and when you record something, you have to record it with a mindset of getting that sound in your head, or what you hear in your head already. It should be resembling that. Okay, if your room is not equipped for good acoustics and recording with a condenser microphone, there are a lot of tips on how to record in a bedroom. I've done it. You can use blankets, you can use curtains, you can use your closet, and that would be for a separate episode. But I've seen people doing the same thing. So learn that. And yes, and those learning processes are still a long list, you just can't learn it on the fly. So take your time in learning. That goes to my tip number 4. Take your time. Okay, do not immediately jump in on recording knowing that it's just capturing something. No, you take your time. Okay, take your time in learning. Like tip number 5, just don't go gung-ho into it, and you're just going to get frustrated that you won't get the sound you want. So ang mangyayari, pupunta ka sa groups, you're going to the groups, and you're gonna ask, why is my microphone sounding like this? Why don't I have why is my quality like this? Tunog lata, it's so thin, like that, because you're not recording properly. Okay, so take your time in learning. Okay, that goes, and this bridges to my number 3 tip is study. Study audio production. Okay, you can self-study. It's fine. You can get a mentor. I personally do mentoring for audio production, and the link is right down there, but this is not an advertisement of that. You can go to anyone who knows a thing or two about audio production and mentor with that person, and you have to study how to get things going. You just can't buy an interface and expect to learn that along the way. It will need time, tip number 4, and it will need some learning, which is tip number 3. So you have to invest on it, okay? Invest in your time, invest in learning, in the knowledge on how to do things. Okay, just don't jump the gun and expect things to magically, sound good. All right? And speaking of investment, that goes to tip number 2, which is get good gear. Okay? Getting good gear doesn't mean you have to spend a lot on your equipment, right? But if you get the cheapest gear that your money can buy, okay, you're not getting enough quality to produce good tracks, to produce good audio, and you're gonna end up actually spending more. Why? Because you're gonna upgrade. When you upgrade, you spent double or maybe triple what you're intending to spend. And it happens to me all the time. Believe me. The first time I got an interface was the cheapest one. After 1 month, I wanted to upgrade it, and then made me spend more. Okay, so when you're getting equipment, make sure it's at a good ballpark. Okay, average price, but better quality. There's a lot of equipment there that has a good budget base price but gives you this much quality. You have the SSL2 interface, you have the Audient ID4 series MK2, which is available right now. You have your Evo 4, which is the cheapest interface in the market with the best quality. It also has loopback, so you can use it for streaming and lessons and whatnot. So those interfaces are just amazing for the value, right? And of course, you have your Focusrites or Behringers. Those are okay as well. But if you're gonna spend for something, better spend your maximum, the maximum quality for the price, right? Also, PreSonus has a great package for that because PreSonus comes with the Studio 1.5 Artist in every interface, from their audio box to the 24C upwards. So you're getting actually double the value with a PreSonus product. So buying links down there. This is not an advertising for my products, but we do have a lot of products to sell that have great quality at a low price. Get a good microphone. Okay, you can't expect great results from an okay microphone. If you're spending like for a bundle, those microphones packaged in a bundle, they're good, but you can't say they're great, right? So again, you have to really choose what you're spending on. Okay, so if you want to go pro, you're buying a bundle. Don't expect professional results, right? So if you want to go, I'm just steady, you just want to do some home recording as a hobby or whatever, the bundles are perfect for that. If you want to start recording, what the great thing about buying the bundles is you're actually getting the interface inside within the bundle, which can actually do really good recordings. And I've tried the Evo 4 on recording professionally on my remote recordings. If you can afford a 10,000 peso interface, buy that. Don't go for the 5,000 peso interface. Just go for the 10, the maximum you can afford. Believe me, if you buy nice, you will never buy twice, okay? Buy nice or buy twice. All right. And this goes to tip number 1, which is research, okay? Before doing anything, before buying something, before going into the recording, becoming a music producer, an audio producer, you have to research, okay, before jumping the gun, before biting the bullet. Research on the equipment, research on the processes of being an audio producer, research on where to get the education, read up, okay? There's a lot of stuff online that will give you a ton of information. You have to pick factual information, okay? And there are a lot of people you can go to ask to ask unbiased advices. You can come to me. I generally give unbiased advices when it comes to recording. Try not to post in the groups and ask for a general consensus, because number one, you don't know who's actually answering you. Okay, you don't know what their background is, and you could be inclined to believe some of them, and which is fine. Some of them have great answers, but it's best to PM someone who is reputable. I'm not saying it's me. It could be anyone who's done their time recording and doing this stuff for more than 10 years. Pick someone who's actually experienced on the subject. And I hope this helps, because once you follow these 5 tips, it's going to be easier for you guys to enter the world of audio production, because you'll be like, oh, you're doing your research, getting the right stuff. You know, you're going to take time learning, and you're going to actually learn how to record on input, which is actually one of my most number one advocacy. Because when you record something, record it good already on input. Okay, that's it on my 5 tips. I hope this helps. Please comment if if it sounds bullshit to you, and or if it helps you. Okay, any questions, just PM me. Facebook link down below, Instagram link down below. Try to become a Patreon as well. Great big discounts on my Patreon page, as well as mixing and mastering tips, consultancy. That's all for free. All right, Marco Roboto,